Tell us about yourself a little bit more.
Yeah, okay. So I'm casting in today from Higgins Lake State Park. So if I cut out at all, apologies. Yeah, so I'm also casting from my phone. I've never done this before with guitar, so I don't know how this is gonna go over, but I'm gonna do the best. Like I said in my intro, I had a neck injury that it was at the C4-5 vertebra, and at that level, when the nerves get damaged at that level, you lose the ability to move your fingers and the ability to curl your wrist up. Some people with neck injuries can like still curl their wrist back, and like there's like a reflex when they do that, like bring their fingers together, and so like could possibly hold a pick that way. But anyway, so my journey began. So I wear these wrist braces over my hands to keep my hands from curling in, so that they're able to extend forward, and I can like still use them for like, I don't know, like pushing buttons and things like that. And my mom came home from Disney World back in 2019 with a back scratcher that she had gotten from one of the hotels they stayed at. It came with they like bought some package where they got like a meal and a drink with like each day they were at that particular resort or park or whatever. And so she ordered this drink that came with a back scratcher. The drink was called the back scratcher. And she brought it home, and she thought that I'd be able to use it somehow. And I had no idea like what was on her mind when she thought of that. But I had a caregiver who just without hesitating, like slid the stick through my brace, like you see there. And so that kind of started me on using the sticks as tools, because before then, like I had problems with like being able to like grab stuff off tables and things like that. So like I gradually started figuring out more and more things I could do, and I had the idea to put I started using magnets like taped to my wrist braces. Like here I got a magnet taped to my wrist brace that's holding a felt tip pen that I use for my phone, and that has a little bit of metal in it so it sticks. There's a bunch of dogs barking nearby, so my service dog Phoenix might get a little crazy. So if he starts to bark, that's why you're hearing bark noises. So I started taping magnets to my back scratchers, and I played guitar before the accident happened 8 years ago. Like I'd been playing, I'm 33 now. I'd started playing guitar when I was 16. And so I had been, and I had tried a few different times to try to get back into guitar, but just couldn't find a system that worked for me. And just one day, like I was just kind of sitting around just thinking about how I could make it work with the scratchers, like now that I had been using that system. And I found a slide that is made of a metal that sticks to magnets, and not all slides do. Some slides are made of metal that doesn't attract to magnets because not all metals do, which is always a fun game I play at restaurants, figuring out if their forks are attracted to the magnets or not. And yeah, so I started to play slide guitar using slide, like a little thin metal pipe, and I started taking guitar lessons with a guy who was pretty crafty, and he got me set up with these like thumb picks that I can wear on my pinky finger to like strum, and I also have grown out my fingernails to be able to strum away. And so, and one of the things I've also done is like worked at like understanding more about like how to make chords and stuff. So that's like helped me be able to like get craftier on the strings and be able to play more than just playing major chords. Instead of just playing major chords up and down the strings, like I can play E, like I can play a regular E major chord, or I can flip the slide over 3 strings, play an E major, E7 sharp 9 chord, which is used in a lot of Jimi Hendrix music. Yeah, so I don't really have like songs to play for you today, but I wanted to come out here to like show you what I've done and like show you what's possible, and hopefully inspire some of you who may be on the fence or even doubting like if getting into music is possible for you. And also, if you know, it's never a bad opportunity to network. So like if you know anybody who would be good for me to jam with, and or if you know of anybody else who you want to set me up with, whether that's like partner with or to mentor, like I'm definitely all for that. And right now I'm living in the Taos area, 2 hours north of Detroit, and I'm planning to move back to the southeast area, to the Brighton area, so I won't be far from 248 area code. And so I guess I'll just like pick around a little bit and just show you like how this all works. And usually I would have a little bridge that lifts up the strings to make them so that the strings don't buzz off the frets on the guitar. So make it a little buzzy at times. So could you kind of like move the phone around just like to different like spots just so I can kind of like see what's going on? Catching the frets a little bit. Any questions or ideas?
Your guitar solos are amazing.
What's that?
Your guitar solo is amazing.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
It sounds really great. Enjoyed the music. Very
Thanks.
talented.
Yes,
Keep it up.
sounds great. And I love the way you were able to manipulate other things to help you be able to do your do. That's what life is all about. Yes, taking something that could look down to someone else and bringing light to it. That's right. That's what you did with that guitar and your manipulations of your sticks and everything. You inspire other people to keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Yeah, and I mean, like a lot of the stuff that you were saying from before, like, I mean, yeah, like you were saying a lot of things that resonated with
You
me.
should also give yourself a plug for the social work. There may be connections here that could help you.
Yeah, I do work as a social worker, therapist, primarily as a therapist counselor. And yeah, and right now I'm working part-time virtually with a Catholic Charities organization, and I'm looking to expand, you know, like my reach, like, you know, reaching more people, and their referrals like have been slow, and so I'm trying to see what I can do on my own, but it's a little tough because I'm on a limited license, so my privileges of being able to branch on my own are not existent right now, or at least it's, you know, more difficult than it would be for somebody with a full license. So yeah, I mean, if there's somebody who has any like therapy connections they could hook me up with, like, I'm always open to new opportunities. And so yeah, that's my professional plug.
And you need a bunch of hours to get that full certification, right?
Yeah, it's bull crap.
Yeah.
Hey, James, are you on LinkedIn? I'm also a limited license social worker. Or are you on LinkedIn or other form of connection?
Yep, I'm on LinkedIn.